Reporting live from Hyper Clubhouse in Atlanta for Comedy Hype News, I'm John Abba. Even though he's a few days late commentating on the story, Godfrey would take to social media in order to discuss the black man Telvin Osborne, who was murdered by his white girlfriend, Hannah Grace. Now, when the public first heard about the incident, most would express their sadness over the situation. What's interesting about the incident is Osborne did have a history of publicly disparaging black women on his social media pages. Now, as soon as the public found out about Osborne's social media activity, all empathy went out the window for him. As Godfrey reminded his followers about the story on his Instagram, his caption would read, "This story is crazy. This Telvin Osborne guy who was murdered by his white girlfriend, Hannah Grace. She claims that she was cleaning her gun. I'm not an expert, but I thought when you clean your gun, the bullets are empty. I thought it was messed up, but then I found out that he's been dogging black women, and I get really annoyed by these black dudes who dog black women. Your mama's black. Your grandmother's black. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the sacrifices that black women made. I want to feel bad for this guy, but quite frankly, I don't care. Karma is a B, especially when you're in these interracial relationships for an agenda, through self-hatred. You get what you deserve."
You get what the fuck you deserve. You play silly ass games, you win silly prizes. You know, I don't wish this on anybody, but the fact that you were shitting on black women like that, and you said, I'll die for my girl. I'll die. Well, you did.
Godfrey would then compare the story with a similar one involving a Nigerian man, Christian Obumseli, and his white girlfriend, OnlyFans model, Courtney Cleaney. Cleaney had murdered Obumseli and got sympathy from the public, only to later find out he made several negative comments towards black women as well. Regarding this, Godfrey would say, "Man, the ancestors are answering."
The ancestors are answering, boy. I don't wish this on anybody, but the fact that you are dating a white woman because you hate black women is some sick ass shit. It's sick shit, and I don't feel bad for your jackass ass either. And this goes for in the reverse. Black women that do that shit, dog black men and get with these white dudes, and white dudes become, I don't feel bad for your ass either.
Godfrey would then continue to point out the hypocrisies he's seen among black people in interracial relationships. He would go on to say, if you love somebody, you should love them because you love them, not because you hate your own race. And a lot of people tend to do that. They feel, oh, I'm gonna go on to the other side. Listen, I can tell you from experience, I know people in interracial relationships, and black dudes I know with their white girlfriends would say like the N-word and shit like that, and they would forgive it. I go, but if a black woman said something crazy to you, you would be all up in arms and shit going off on her and not give her a chance. But a white woman just said the N-word and all kind of shit, and you gave her a chance because you hate yourself so much and have no effing self-esteem. Now, as far as the recent updates when it comes to Osborne and Grace's case, Burke County authorities have promised to keep the community informed on any developments surrounding the shooting. Grace currently sits behind bars as a result of the shooting, and according to Channel 6 News covering Burke County, Sheriff Alonzo Williams would clear up misinformation on the case. Williams would go on to say, "It is important for us to clarify that at no point during the investigation was there any information about a person cleaning a gun. I know that has been some of the misinformation reported. It's crucial to note that the investigation has not been classified as accidental." This of course goes in line with Godfrey's thinking that the gun didn't accidentally go off while Grace was cleaning. In the end, Godfrey would reiterate to his viewers that he does not feel bad for these kinds of black men, and ended his video with a tribute to comedian Paul Mooney, telling the young black men that were murdered by their white girlfriends they got their nigga wake up call. So what do you guys think about Godfrey's stance on Telvin Osborne, who was murdered by his white girlfriend, Hannah Grace, after Osborne talked down on black women? Let's talk about it more in the comments below. Plus, stay up to date for the latest news in comedy, culture, and sports by subscribing here to our YouTube channel, and follow Hype Plus and Comedy Hype across all social media. Plus, head over to Hypers Club right now to check out some full interviews and original content. Reporting live from Hyper Clubhouse in Atlanta for Comedy Hype News, I'm John Abba.